Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Ammar Elm, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to have Nuria Garcia, the founder and creative director of NbN Media. This is a marketing agency specializing in strategic video content tailored for startups. Since its inception, NbN Media has been helping brands connect with their audience through storytelling and strategy, working with clients like Ovira, Forbes Advisor, and NodPod. Nuria, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you.
I'm excited to have you. I always like to start from the beginning. So take us
Mhm.
back to before you started your company. What were you doing at that time, and what was the motivation behind starting NbN Media?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. It's a story I don't explain too often because I feel it's a little bit all over the place.
Okay.
So before I started with the company, I had a lot of different experiences relating startups, relating fundraising, relating events, and I've been doing content creation for the last 8 years. It
Wow.
started just for fun, pretty much on Instagram. And it was just exciting, learning more, learning the trends, how to attract people, how to build an audience. So that was the whole thing that got me started with content. But then I wanted to do a little bit more with that. I didn't want just to be literally a like fashion influencer. I wanted to use my skills to help other people.
Cool.
And that's where I started working with startups, with founders, with like people who are changing the world. At that point, I'm like, okay, these people are doing amazing things, but they're building them just from home and nobody knows about it because they are so focused building that what about their story? Like the same story I'm explaining to you about my journey, I feel like more founders and other people should share it. And I'm sure you agree with me, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I put all the skills together and I started helping these founders that are mainly technical to be able to share their story and what their companies and products are about to the world.
Yeah.
Because I always say, because of my accent, that if I can understand, anybody will. We're not getting too technical on the
Yeah.
AI crazy startups.
I love that. That's awesome. So really, you have the passion from content creation. You've been doing it for 8 years, and then you started to be like, okay, let me help other people share their founding journey. Were there any kind of challenges that you encountered? Obviously, we all experience challenges in the beginning and throughout the journey. But for you, were there specifically any mental blocks around starting your own business? Any maybe limiting beliefs that you had to get over? Walk me through that and how you navigated
Yeah. I think in the beginning I was a little bit delusional because I'm
it.
like, oh, I'll just start a company. Legit, I did start a company in college. I'm like, okay, it cannot be that difficult. But it was a completely different company. So the first couple of weeks were a little bit of realization of, sure, this is not going to be that easy. But after that, my biggest challenge was that unless I would find the people who is already aware of the power of content, of sharing your story, and that relating with people will bring you way farther on sales and fundraising and bringing the right talent than anything else will, nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
I struggle on finding these people because if they didn't know all of this, I had to do quote unquote a double sell. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. I want to help people who want to be helped. I
Mm,
don't want to sell you on something that you don't see value on. So that was one of the main challenges of, okay, how do I explain this clearly enough for
yes.
people that are still not in this industry or aware that they need this, even
Yeah.
though it's going to change your life. But yeah.
Yeah. You know what we call that in the space? It's like there's two sales you have to make. There's the selling them on the vehicle, so that content is the right strategy. And then the second is working with you specifically. But
Yep.
if they're not sold on the vehicle, then we're just wasting each other's time. If I don't think it's valuable, it's like me going to the gym and thinking, oh, the gym isn't the thing that I want. I want to be swimming. It's like, why am I even in the gym in the first place? I'm not sold on the vehicle itself. So
Exactly.
interesting. That's something that a lot of founders struggle with is like the me messaging, the lead generation, all that good stuff. So for the people that are listening that know nothing about your company, help us understand who's your ICP? Who do you love to work with? And how do you actually work with them? What are the different offers and services that you provide?
That also took a little while to refine, but I can say that I'm in a better place right now. I focus on helping tech founders because these are the people that, are building in the background and nobody sees them and they don't really share their story. I help them share the story. And through getting to know about themselves, about the company, about the team, and all of this, we walk through the 6 steps of the process, all the way from learning the mission, vision, getting all the information, building the content calendar, all the way to coming in, recording the video with the scripts that we already made, edit the video, and then distribute it on the right channel. Because that's something that sometimes people don't consider either, because they are in business, they think they should share everything on LinkedIn. And some companies might should be sharing things on TikTok. And
Yeah.
that's also a completely different format of video that you
Mm,
cannot use the same video in different places. You have to edit them a little bit.
yeah, for
So
sure.
that's where we bring all the knowledge. So they don't have to do nothing. Just talk to the camera or to us. The camera gets recording, and then we do all the work.
I like that. Do you only work with people in Chicago? Where you physically go in and help them with or can you do this? Let's say somebody's in Florida and they have their own equipment. Can you do that as well or no?
We actually travel for clients because I always say that there's nothing like an actual conversation
Yep.
of the before the recording, the after the recording, the building the relationship. This is what we preach to founders, like, hey, you should build relations. So we go for our founders and we build a relationship with them. For now,
Yeah.
we have clients in Miami, New York, and Chicago.
Nice. That's gotta be fun. Going to
Yeah.
those cities for sure. What a great perk of the job. But do you find that could present challenges when it comes to the scalability of that model?
Yes and no. I
Okay.
thought about that too, and is if I expect myself to go talk to every single founder and do all the videos with them, yes. But if we already find our core places, which may be these 3 locations, and we just have a temporary team every time, people that we trust that can go get it done, then we can still work on that. Yeah.
Doable. Yeah,
Mm.
makes sense. And obviously, this is after they've become a client. It's not like you're flying just to.
Just to have a discovery call. No, no, no.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
for sure. Okay. So walk me through your kind of lead generation. So for you to bring clients in through the door, what do you leverage? What lead mechanisms do you have in place? Walk me through that.
Personally, I'm a person. I
Okay.
go to all tech conferences and everything to learn, and then I meet people. And then I happen to the people who are like, oh, you do content, I want content. Then you have the best lead, you have it there, right?
Yeah.
But also, since I'm preaching video, I share a lot of videos. And just by
Yeah.
sharing knowledge on LinkedIn, and even like I have some audience on Instagram, that's what brings the most leads.
Got it. Instagram is the most effective.
LinkedIn is the best one for this,
Got it.
for my type of business, but I still have some kind of audience on Instagram that also builds trusts and word of mouth. Yeah.
Got it. And when you say LinkedIn, is that like you're reaching out to people, or is that people reaching out to you just with the content that you put out there, or is it both?
I don't reach out to anybody. I cannot do cold outbound
You're not
because
sliding
that's
into
not
them.
me. No, I'm not sliding on anybody's DMs
Mm,
unless I truly think I can send you something that you're gonna love. I just post content and value for people, and I share the energy and the passion,
got
and
it.
we do everything organically. I don't know how to do pay ads. I
Mm,
don't want to learn how to do pay ads.
yeah. Is that you don't want to learn, or is that something you want to explore in the future, but you just don't have the motivation to learn it?
Eventually, yeah. But
Yeah.
right now, it's just put good things out and good things will come to you. So I'm
Yeah.
all about giving value to everybody. And if you love it and you want more, great, we'll talk. But if not, I've been DM'd by people I don't want to buy things from. I don't want, and I know how it feels. I don't want to do that to other people.
It's not that deep. Do you remember anybody's name that DM'd you that you didn't like?
No, but at the moment it's whatever. And I end up buying anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's
From
my
the other,
personality doesn't match with that, if that makes sense.
I understand. I understand. It's just that one thing that we talk about a lot on this podcast is the power of having a predictable lead generation machine in place where you can either increase volume, and that could be daily ad spend, it could be cold outreach, and from there, you have a pipeline at any given point and it's metrics attached to it. If I do X, then Y will come as a result. And if I close at this percentage, then I'm going to make this much money as a business owner. And organic is great. It's the best leads for
Mm,
sure in terms of intent, but it's not always the most predictable, right?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. But for the result, consistency is key. The
Yeah.
same person that saw your video 3 months ago might be DMing you right now. But if
Yes.
you would have stopped on that one video, that person would have not DM'd you
Yes.
because it's three
Yeah.
months of nothing. So
Don't get me wrong, organic is phenomenal, and that's definitely should be part of a strategy. I completely agree.
all together are like,
Yeah,
great.
100%. 100%. It's a recipe for success for sure. Walk me through your sales process. So once somebody does come in as a lead, what are the steps they go through for them to become a client?
Good question. It's not too long, to be honest, because if we vibe, if we see first discovery call, of course, that talk a little bit, we get to know each other, we make sure that we're a good fit. Because sometimes you see people that come to me in terms of wanting content, but
Yep.
they want content. Oh no, I want influencers to do content for me. And
Yeah.
that's where is that the actual way you wanna grow? Is it gonna be worth it for you?
Yeah.
And maybe I get a little bit too deep there, but I give my personal advice, considering that I'm also quote unquote in the influencer space and I know a lot of them of
Yeah.
you need to know what their audience is. I see people making a lot of mistakes there. So I try to give everything I know. And then, of course, from the discovery call, we decide if that's a good match. All of our proposals go out really personalized
Yeah.
because every company is different. Let's say that you're a one-person team, but then somebody's going to be a two-person team or three or four. The location, the type of videos they want to do, everything is different. So that will be the next step. And after that, we go on the onboarding to get to know everything about them. So we can go to the content calendar, get reviewed. So everything is a little bit of back and forth during the
Yeah.
first 2 weeks to a month, depending on how quick people answer.
Yeah.
Because founders are busy. And after that, we just go record with them and deliver the final product to get thumbs up and start posting.
I like that. How long do you typically work with these founders? If let's say I come to you and I'm like, okay, Nuria, let's start doing this. Is it like a 3 month thing, 6 month thing, 12 month thing, shorter, longer? Walk me through that.
Yeah, we recommend a 3 month thing because of the consistency. Like,
Got it.
let's say that your first video goes viral, you get a lot of followers, right? But
Yeah.
we need to keep warming up those followers a little bit. Doesn't matter what you're selling. By month 3, you've already seen clearly the results of it.
Yeah.
You can see them before, but to be like, hey, I told you this works, is definitely 3 months. And after that, then we talk, okay, perfect. This is working for us. Or you know what? I'm anxious when I get on camera. I don't want to do it no more.
Mm,
Perfect. So we give people a lot of range because I understand that technically they're putting some effort as well.
yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I think anything in life, whenever you're trying any new initiative, 90 days is the minimum that you need to give it. So 3 months makes a lot of sense.
Mm.
The sales, I'm assuming you run the sales. Do you enjoy the sales process?
Not my favorite.
What makes you say that?
I enjoy the sales process when it's natural, when it doesn't feel like I'm selling you. When
Mm.
it's, oh yeah, I want this. We'd love to work with you. We get along.
So when they're a layup, basically, it's
Not when they are easy, but if I don't like the other person, even though they really want the sale, I'm like, do I really want to work with this person? It's all about vibes.
Yeah.
because I started a business so I can choose who I work with, pretty much. Not really, but
One of the perks. Yeah.
exactly. So, not my favorite. Do you
Fair.
have any recommendations for sales? I'll take them all.
Yeah, I love sales personally. I used to want to be a psychologist, but then I realized you needed 12 years of school to do that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. And then sales, I found to be like psychology in a sense, where you have to be very curious with people, you have to be very interested. But yeah, there's a lot of sales stuff. Any specific questions that you have, I'll answer, but that's a very vague question. It's hard for me. We would be talking for hours, and I know you
But
have to go.
maybe that's the thing people want to listen to.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Who knows? But help me understand, what do you feel like right now as the business owner is the biggest challenge you're facing to taking this to the next level?
I think since I've realized there's a couple more other avenues to content that I could be using, is do I want to stick with the one I'm offering, or do
Mm,
I want to go and maybe spread myself too thin?
mm,
Because let's say that somebody doesn't want the full process, they don't want anybody coming in, they want to do it themselves.
yeah,
I could have a course, I could sell one-on-ones. I like there are a lot of things that could be around that part of my head says, "Oh, why not?" But the other side says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" It takes a little bit of time
it's a lot.
starting that until it works.
Yeah.
So I'm just hanging there.
Yeah. I'm curious, where do you think that comes from? Is that like you, because to me, it seems like you already have an offer that's working. Is it shiny object syndrome, which I get that all the time, where it's, oh, this looks cool, let me try that. Is it that, or is it that there's no passion for the offer right now? Or maybe not either of those. I'm curious, where do you think those thoughts come from?
I definitely fall more into the shiny object syndrome.
Same.
You like people that, oh, I made X amount in so many hours just because of this online course I had, and
Yeah.
people clicked on my link because one video went viral. I'm like, I kind of want that. Get a couple of
That
sales
sounds
that
great.
you didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
At the same time, I want to make sure I bring enough value to the people, so it requires some time to put together.
100%. No,
But I love my core offer because
I
you get to talk like we are doing now.
for sure, 100%. What's your, when you think over the next 6 to 12 months, your vision, your goals, what you want to accomplish, what are your top priorities?
My top priorities are to expand until the point I'm on the edge of, hey, do we build a team somewhere else?
Outside
That
of Chicago, Miami, New York? Okay.
no, like now I do travel to New York and Miami because it is easy, bring the team, like, and there's always something else, a networking event, something. But the time to, oh, we have enough clients in New York that we build a team.
Yeah, I
I
like
want
that.
to get to that point of, okay, where is the business going? That's
Yeah,
definitely the next step.
I love that.
Mhm.
Let's go into a quick closing lightning round. So I'll rattle off some questions at you. Don't think too much, just first thing that comes to mind. What's one tool or resource that's been a game changer for you in your company?
Asana. It's
Asana?
gonna sound stupid,
Yeah.
but I love my calendars and everything, and Asana gives me all the colors, and even the free version is amazing. And you can
I
share it with
love
the team, so it's perfect.
That's perfect. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received around scaling your company?
None? I don't think I
Yeah.
have a piece of advice from that.
Or maybe you've heard somewhere or you've read somewhere, anything like that?
Okay, yes, that you wanna test before you scale.
Mm,
Let's say we wanna open new markets, we wanna go to LA or San Francisco.
yep,
Is there a market for that?
yep,
Is there, what about your competition and everything?
yeah,
Check first before you start building.
yes,
Otherwise, yeah.
100%. I like that. If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self right before you started the company and tell her something you wish you knew at the time, but you didn't know, and you know now, what would that thing be that if you could go back and whisper in your ear something, what would that be?
I would say trust your gut feeling. I didn't want to do content. I did it for a really long time, but everybody would say, no, it's your thing. And I'm like, I don't want it to be my thing. I can do better. But I found the way to do better and help others with while still using my thing.
I
So
like
I would
that.
have been like be a little bit more trustworthy on that.
Yeah, trust your gut. Take
Hmm.
risks. Be bold.
Yeah.
100%. I love that. What's the best way for people to reach you?
LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Super
yeah. Nuria Garcia on LinkedIn. See a smiley face, that will be me, and an accent.
perfect. There you go. So that wraps up another insightful episode of Founders Future. Nuria, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you for coming on, sharing your journey, sharing your insights with us today. For our listeners, if you're inspired by today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you're looking to scale your business and enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to discover how we can support your growth journey. Until then, keep on climbing.